The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, here we are. It's another Friday, TGIF, and we're all here together. And we gather together every Friday at this time. We call it the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. I thank you so much for being aboard with us, and all of you are together. And I guess we're all assembled and accounted for. I'm glad you're out there. We've got a lot of things to talk about on the Coffee Hour today, so stay tuned. We've got so much to talk about. And first of all, before anything goes, I want to make sure that I thank all of the people who've been around with us all of these years for tuning in each week for our Friday get-together. And of course, we never will ever stop thanking you for that, because we want to keep you. We want to make sure that you tell your family and friends about the show to get them involved in it as well. Also, we may possibly have some new people. Every now and then we get that. New people come in, so we want to thank you so much for being with us and invite you along, because you're just as important as everyone else who's been around with us for so long. So what we want you to do is sit back and relax. Now, let me tell you what the show is all about. The show, as the host of the show, I get the show rolling, right? I start off something like a conversation just to get things rolling that we can linger on for a couple of minutes. It doesn't have to be for the whole entire show, because like I said, we have a lot of things to talk about. And while we're doing that, talking about all of the things that we need to talk about, you can get involved. And all you have to do is use the keyboard on your computer, on your phone, or on your tablet. Just type it right in there. I'll see you right there on the big screen. I'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, because that's what the show is all about. It's free exchange of opinions and ideas, and a lot of us have them. I have them, you have them. So since we all have them, let's bunch them all together as one big item. This way we can talk about anything you want to talk about. And remember that there's nothing off limits as far as topics are concerned, just as long as we're a little diplomatic about it, right? We can talk about anything under the sun. And again, you can type it in. And if you have something to say, just say it. Even if it's just good morning or how are you or anything like that, of course, you can do that too. Now, there are a lot of people who rather not get involved in the conversation, but they just rather sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, especially people who are new, right? Because people who are new, they want to get acquainted with everything. They want to get a handle on it and see how it operates. And then hopefully later on down the road, they will get involved in the conversation and be one big family with the rest of us. Okay. So we look forward to all of your comments and your suggestions and ideas. And what we want you to do too, ladies and gentlemen, is make sure that you watching us on YouTube. All right. Because we're on two different vehicles, right? We're on YouTube, live on YouTube, and live on Facebook. Okay. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we want you to subscribe to us. It's free. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button right there. It's right there, right in front of you. Just click onto it. You don't have to worry about paying anything, because it's all free. And for you people who are watching us on Facebook, give us a like. Let us know that you're out there, and tell your family and friends about it. And you can do that by cutting and pasting the vehicle that you're watching us on right now. Just cut and paste it and send it out to all of your friends. And that's what we call tagging as far as the Facebook people are concerned. That's what they call tagging. But, just cutting and pasting the vehicle. I say the vehicle, but, the platform that you're watching us on, be it Facebook or YouTube, and send it out to all of your friends. Okay? We really would appreciate that. We've got a good show for you, and we've got a lot to talk about. If you didn't watch us last night, on Talkback Live. We'll tell you more about that at the end of the show as well. We had a lot of things to talk about, but we only scratched the surface. So we're going to continue on to what we were talking about as far as anything goes. So the subjects are all open to everybody. And well, we got sports coming up. Brian Camp will be along with us with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He'll be with us. He'll be doing that. And of course, he has a lot to talk about as far as sports is concerned. The big thing in sports are the World Cup games, which is just about over. And then I guess everybody will go back to talking about baseball. And of course, basketball is all over. Football is on the horizon. So a lot of people are looking forward to that. So we're going to be talking about that, sports too. And later on in the program too, we've got those movies. Now, each week I go into the Turner Classic Movie Vault. I go there. And what I do with that is that I pick out some of the best movies that I can find, the classics. Now, they could be black and white, they could be color, but they're classic movies directly from Turner Classic Movies. Now, because a lot of you are enjoying the weekend and you will be doing a lot of things because it's summer. You may not want to watch movies, but I'm going to give you them anyway, just in case you decide that you want to just catch up on some movies. So I just want to add my 2 cents to your possible view of the movies that you may be watching this week. Now, especially if you're going to be in an area where the weather is not going to be so good, it keeps you indoors, and you just want to lie around, maybe have a couple of brewskis or whatever you do, right? We have the movies for you. So that's all coming up later on in the program. And here we are in the month of July. Now, a lot of people don't know it, or some of you know it. Some of you don't care, whatever it is. I'm just one that doesn't really care because I want to wait till December. But there is Christmas in July. Did you know that? It's Christmas in July. So if you're celebrating Christmas in July, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holiday, whatever. All right. I just brought it out there for people who do. I don't particularly like Christmas. I don't want to hear about it until December. But anyway, Merry Christmas to you if you're celebrating Christmas in July. I didn't hear too much about it anyway. And of course, we've got a lot of things happening in the month of July. Now, usually, we have certain things that we celebrate in the month of July, a lot of ethnic things that we holidays and things like that, but nothing on the horizon this month. We only had the 4th of July. That was the big thing that we celebrated on the 4th of July. But no celebrations. We're just celebrating summer. And since we're celebrating summer, we want to let you know that it's National Ice Cream Month. It's National Ice Cream Month, and boy, oh boy, we love ice cream. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, right? Whatever your favorite is, this is the time to enjoy it. You don't have to have any particular month to enjoy ice cream. This is just a month that's set aside to it. So that's one of the summertime things that you like to work on. Also, maybe you woke up this morning, maybe you're just waking up, maybe you're on the other side of the world where you're getting ready to go to bed, but some of you guys right now are in the morning hours and maybe you had your breakfast. How many of you guys had blueberry pancakes this morning? I brought that up because this is National Blueberry Month. And boy, blueberries go very good with pancakes. I love them. I may have that tomorrow morning because I don't really eat breakfast during the week. Only on the weekend. So maybe I'll have blueberry pancakes tomorrow. Who knows? Anyway, that's what we're celebrating right now. National Blueberry Month. It's also National Hot Dog Month. You go to Coney Island or some of your favorite amusement parks or anything, hot dogs are the thing. People eat hot dogs the way they like it. I just eat it the standard way. Mustard or sauerkraut or mustard and onions, something like that. That's the only way. But anyway, it's National Hot Dog Month. Also, National Grilling Month. And you're going to go outside in the backyard and you're going to put shrimp on the barbie. You get those burgers and those hot dogs. You oh, I could smell it right now. I'll be right over when this show is over. So National Grilling Month. Also, to cover everything, it's National Picnic Month. So all of this is summertime activities and just letting you know what's on the agenda for the month. So you got National Ice Cream, National Blueberry, National Hot Dog, National Grilling, National Picnic, all lumped in one. Okay? So there you go. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and boy, oh boy, I want to say hello to Warren Dantzler, who's watching us right now from Greensboro, North Carolina. Uh, Always glad to have you right there. Uh, and those of you who are watching us on the show right now, those of you who are not going to be involved in conversation, that's okay too. But for those of you who want to get involved in conversation, we would love you to do so. But we're going to ask you to. It's not mandatory. Just letting you know right now. It's not mandatory that you do that. That's just something that we'd like to have fun with. Is to give us your weather forecast wherever you are in your area. You know, because I want to compare the weather that we have here in New York and compare it to the weather that's out in North Carolina and all of those other places. So wherever your weather is, let us know, and so we can kind of compare those things. And for those of you who live in New York, don't worry about it. New York, the Big Apple, right? I will take care of all of the local stuff. Remember, we're coming to you live from New York City. All right. So there you go. I was expecting Brian a little early. I don't see him, so maybe he's delayed or something. I do know this for a fact, though. I do know this for a fact. Brian was in New York, and maybe he's not going to come in. I don't know because he's on his way back to North Carolina. So with everything that went, and he left New York City like 3 o'clock in the morning this morning. So and if he doesn't show up, hopefully he does. But if he doesn't, we'll take care of everything as well. We'll take care of the sports and everything that we have going. Hello, Debbie Kirkland out there. It's smoky in New Jersey. I know that. There's smoke all over the place. Did you know that there was smoke fires, and it's kind of natural and it's kind of normal at this time of the year out in Canada where they get all of those wildfires, right? And we get all of the smoke drifting in from Canada to right here to the United States. And so you're right, it's smoky there. It's smoky here in New York too, as well. So I guess you're talking about real smoke, right? It's smoky, and the sun is trying to break through all of it, and it's having a hard time doing it. But if you're living in New York City, I got good news. The weather's not as like I hope it would be for the weekend, but we're going to need it. We're going to have some rain within the forecast for New York City, but we'll tell you more about that as you come in. And in Greensboro, North Carolina, we've got 87 degrees right now presently. It's going to go up to the high of 96. That's what Warren tells us. And there's going to be a chance of rain developing. So there you go. So you got that weather there. Smoky in New Jersey. And we'll tell you about the weather forecast in New York City. So Brian is here, and he's on his way. I like to have that song by Willie Nelson, "On the Road Again," because that's where that's where you are.
Well, I mean, listen, when you're in the state of Virginia, it's a hit and miss when you get Wi-Fi. It could be wide open in the area. It's a hit and miss. It's the worst state, in my opinion, thus far. I haven't been to every state, but Virginia always have problems coming through Virginia with the Wi-Fi.
Well,
sorry about that.
Sometimes you drive through the wilderness, right? Where sometimes when you're driving from one big city to another city, you drive through some places that are just wilderness, right? Is that right? No lights.
No, Virginia just got very bad connections when it comes to, at least on this part of Virginia. We're talking about headed towards Richmond, but it's just certain areas, a lot of areas in Virginia where you only have a light tower, one light tower. And sometimes you don't even have a light tower. It's just bad. It's just terrible. What?
Yeah.
I'm here.
That's good. That's good to know. That's good to know. And I want to remind everyone that all of the views and the opinions expressed on the show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So let's lift our cups with all of our elements in it, whatever elements that you are drinking this morning, whatever you can take. But I prefer coffee at this time. So excuse me, guys, while I shoot up. Stop looking at me like that. Stop looking at me in that tone of voice. Anyway, so you're going through Virginia, which is good. Do you have any sunshine out there as you go through? Because I can't tell from where.
It's like a hazy type of partly sunny. Again, I don't know the difference between partly sunny and partly cloudy. It's either half or half, but it's a light sunshine, not much. I didn't even look at the temperature, but it feel like it's like mid 80s so far. In fact, no, I got it. It's 87 degrees, according to what the car's saying.
I don't know how many times I explained to you what the difference between partly cloudy and partly sunny is. When when you say you have partly cloudy skies right now where you are,
Yeah, partly
okay,
cloudy.
they say partly cloudy. So that means partly cloudy means it's partly cloudy, you have sun and clouds, but you'll have more clouds than you will have sun. Partly sunny means that you'll have more sun than you will have clouds. That's what that means. I
How
mean,
about how about this? I'm on the highway. On my side of the highway is sunny. On the oncoming highway to my left is cloudy. So
I why don't we just call the whole thing off?
yeah, yeah, exactly. But it
Some
is
sunshine, some clouds. I don't know. That's what I got out of it. You know, when you look at it, when you look at it, I just thought it made more sense. I could be wrong. I'm not a meteorologist, you know, but I just thought maybe that made more sense. You know, when they say partly sunny, more suns than cloud, partly cloudy, more clouds than sun.
well, have you seen over the years where you can see the rain falling from 6 blocks away and it's coming your way?
Yeah,
Okay, is
I've
it hitting
seen
this? Yeah. Well,
I've I've seen that. You don't see it that much in New York, but I remember as a kid I saw that one time. And I saw the rain coming. I was running. You know how you try to run to beat the rain from getting on you? So I was racing. so, so I was racing the rain. You know, yeah, that happens though.
yeah,
But
that,
it happens more like that, like in places like where you live, you
yes,
know, because here in New York City we have a lot of buildings, so we don't get that much of that kind of activity. But
exactly.
anyway. Okay, so we've got everybody available out here. Everybody's assembled and accounted for, and we already got the weather out there where you are in Virginia. You're not too far. You must have passed through Washington D.C. already,
Yeah,
right?
I just passed. Yeah, I did that a while ago,
Yeah.
and I was about to make an obscene gesture to the building to my right on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, but I said, nah, let me be nice. After that, after that ridiculous comedy show from last night that was on, and half of the cable news didn't even put a feed in because they didn't even want to televise it. So what does that tell you?
I hear it smells kind of bad in Washington D.C. these
Oh,
days.
oh, does it smell? It smells. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I'll do my Rodney Dangerfield impression. Oh, it smells. Oh, it smells. It smells. It smells. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now you don't have the reflective pool anymore because they
Uh,
drained you don't have the reflective pool anymore there because they drained
no,
all the water out of there.
he drained it out. Yeah,
They drained all the water out.
he sure
Uh,
did.
they want to get the green stuff out. And not only is the green stuff, it's also that peeling paint that they put the paint. Remember they painted they put paint in there, and
Yeah.
so the paint has started peeling, and then it went up to the surface of the water, and the whole thing is green monsters are coming out of there. It looks like lime jello. But I don't know if
Yes.
they're gonna, they drained it for now. Maybe they're gonna do everything all over, but it really looks bad. And believe it or not, tourists are going by the green water just as a sightseeing. they're looking at it as a sightseeing.
It's a
It-
sightseeing, but
yeah,
but you might find a couple of people, a few people might, if they can't hold their urine to use the bathroom, they're gonna find the nearest pond, right? So,
yeah,
so nobody don't want to really go near there because high security is over there. You know.
yeah, yeah. It's terrible. Okay, guys, if you're going to join us in conversation, and we hope you do, please do. Just type in. We'll see you right there. We'll entertain you. And if you don't care to do so, that's okay too. But if you do, give us your weather forecast like Warren did. And of course, Debbie, you don't have to worry about what kind of local. I'm in New York. Debbie's in Jersey, but we've got a weather forecast that this is not what I hope for this weekend. But here goes. Get ready because it's going to be sunny and clouds mixed today. Areas of smoke. There you go, Debbie. Areas of smoke, reducing visibility at times, and we'll have a high around 85 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. For the past couple of days, we had nothing but smoke, and the whole area looks orange. Uh, Speaking of which, we'll talk about orange later. A few clouds areas and areas of smoke again for tonight. Hazy, possible reducing of visibility once again at times. We'll have a low 72. Winds will be light and variable. For Saturday, this is the worst. This is the worst. This is not what I was looking forward to, but Mother Nature has plans. Okay. Thunderstorms and potential severe thunderstorms will happen. We'll have a high 79 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 80%. 1 to 2 inches of rain is expected for Saturday. So stay indoors. You don't go out if you don't have to. But who knows? It may change. And for Saturday night, it'll be thunderstorms during the evening, then cloudy skies overnight. Partial severe thunderstorms continue. We'll have a low around 71. Winds will be west-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 80%. And just in time for Sunday. All of you people who go to church and you do whatever you do on Sunday, this is the best day out of the weekend. Sunny, not a cloud in the sky. High 81 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, how's that for a weather forecast? If you're looking forward to the weekend, that's all you're going to get. I'm sorry to hear about that. So, what is your weather forecast? We'll talk about that, your weather forecast later. But right now, let's go to the world of sports. I don't know, traveling sports with Brian Camp.
Traveling sports. Yeah. Thank you. Listen, I could be in the Bahamas, which I was last week doing sports. I could be anywhere around the world. Trust me, you would get the sports update. So trust me on that. But we're going to start with the NFL. Geno Smith, the New York Jets, I should say the former Jet quarterback, has been he's been accused of battery last month. Is no longer active. They decided let's just drop the charges. The quarterback will not be charged. The Davis, Florida Police Department confirmed that on ESPN on Tuesday. Major League Baseball, the All-Star game was just this past Tuesday. Jordan Walker is your 2026 Major League Baseball All-Star Home Run Derby champion, by the way. And in the game itself, the National League lost to the American League 4-0. I don't think anybody was watching that game at all. I turned to it like in the 8th inning. The seats were empty. People weren't interested. There you have it. The All-Star game, and every sport is horrible. But let's stay with baseball. Paul Keenis, Juan Soto, and Bryce Harper are among baseball all-stars who say players will never agree to a salary cap, but maintain plenty of time to avoid conflict that could shorten the 2027 season, which is next season. Both sides kind of have their line that they're not going to cross. The Pittsburgh Pirates ace, Paul Keenan was saying whether that's resulting to missing games or missing the season, we'll see. A lot of people, a lot of players, all the players in agreement do not want a salary cap. The owners do. The owners want a salary cap. So that's where we're stuck at right now. The owners propose a salary cap, like I just said, for the first time since the union fought off Major League Baseball cap plan with a 7.5-month strike back in 1994-95. The cause of the first cancellation of the World Series since 1904. And Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred said a cap is needed to lessen payroll disparity. So apparently the commissioner thinks that there should be one. Speaking about commissioners in the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said Tuesday he will remain hopeful that the investigation involving Kawhi Leonard doing a sponsor that he was paid for. This is off the court stuff that he signed for was illegal. So they're trying to do an investigation before the season starts. Now, the reason why they're trying to hurry up because Kawhi Leonard was traded during the offseason to the Toronto Raptors, and they want to end this here investigation as soon as possible. Miss Beckers, Becky Beckers, commended, is being commended on the topic after Sunday's game against the Chicago Sky, responding to a question about the process of she hopes to see in terms of hiring more Black women to be head coaching in the WNBA. There are currently no Black women head coaches in the WNBA. Beckers, who is her second season in the WNBA, responded that she wants to see equal opportunity. Hooray for her. Kudos to her. Too bad we don't get more people like her to voice their opinion like that. Who is in her second season, like I said, and is, she believes, for equal opportunity and no discriminating based on what you look like or you look like and anything of that nature, of course. She says, and she further on is going to say, I think Black women specifically, I grew up with a lot of prominent Black women in my life that were very important to me in how I was raised and how I grew up. Being my stepmom, my AAU coach, says Beckers, who is white, so I understand how amazing they are and how they should get some equal opportunity as a white woman, as a white man, to be an important piece to this league. So, listen, back in the day, my mother raised me. But when she wasn't home, we had an Irish-German woman who was very dear to our family, helped raise me and my brothers as well. So, no hatred on my part. And she will call you out. She did not pull no punches. So back when I was growing up, we didn't care whether that she was Black or white. She substituted to make sure that we was doing the right thing. And if we wasn't doing the right thing, she will wail on us and then tell our mother. Now that's called raising a village. Raising a village. Well, championship fight for World Cup is finally coming to an end on Sunday. As I was traveling down the New Jersey Turnpike, every exit had a sign, FIFA, Argentina versus Spain. At East Rutherford, New Jersey, catch a bus, charter bus to get to the stadium. This is going to be on Sunday, July 19th on Fox. So they're gearing up. This is going to be a great match. I'm rooting for Spain. I want the Spaniards to win. We root for them. There's a third place game that will be England versus France. France lost their game, a tough game, and to Spain. So now they will have to play for the third place finish. This thing in sports, July 17th, 1918. Longest errorless game, Cubs beat the Phillies 2-1 in 21 innings. That means nobody committed an error. That's amazing. All those innings, not one error. 1925, Trish Speaker is the fifth all time to get 3,000 hits. 1954, first major league game where a majority of the team is black. 1954 is the first major league game where the majority of the team were black. And guess who was that team? The Dodgers, the team that I hate the most, but kudos to them because, as you know, in 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, being the first black player ever play in the major leagues. As you know, baseball was segregated for exactly 60 years. So kudos to the Dodgers. 1963, Dave DeBusschere. Remember Dave DeBusschere? Dave DeBusschere, former basketball player, won a championship ring with the Knicks in 1970 and in 1973. Hit a single in his first and only bat. He was a baseball player, but the majority of his time was in the NBA, where he helped the Knicks win 2 championships. 1974, Bob Gibson, second pitcher to strike out 3,000 batters. 1978, Reggie Jackson, Billy Martin fight in dugout after Reggie refuses to bunt. Typical Reggie, Billy Martin thing. That was in a big fight when they fought on national TV against the Red Sox. That was a different situation. Okay, different scenario. Birthdays on this day. 1921, Tony Stone, second baseman, first woman to play in men's National League, born in St. Paul, Minnesota. 1932, Bobby Slick Leonard, ABA coach, 3-time ABA champion, and when they did the merger, played in the NBA, was born in Terre Haute, Indianapolis, Indiana. 1941, Darryl LaMonica, NFL quarterback, 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time AFL MVP, is known as nicknamed as the Mad Bomber, was born in Fresno, California. And happy birthday to the late Connie Hawkins, was born in 1942. Boys High product, played at Boys High School before it became Boys and Girls. Played in the ABA and the NBA. He was a forward, and he played for the Harlem Globetrotters. And guess where he was born? Exactly, Brooklyn, New York. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
Let's hear from Brooklyn. Hear from the Brooklyn guys. Yeah, Connie Hawkins was from Boys High. You know, you had a lot of. Let me tell you something. There were a lot of great people that came out of Boys High.
Right.
You mentioned Connie Hawkins. I believe Tommy Davis of the Dodgers. I believe it was Tommy Davis or Willie Davis. I think it was Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis from the Dodgers.
Lenny Wilkins, former basketball player.
That's right. Lenny Wilkins, Floyd Patterson.
Mel Davis. Mel Davis, who went
Mel
into the
Davis.
NBA. And
Yeah, well,
former
Mel
singer Ronnie Dyson.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, Ronnie Dyson, he didn't play sports. He was a singer. And by the way, since you mentioned them, the three of us graduated together. Mel Mel Davis, and Ronnie Dyson, we all graduated the same year out of Boys High. You know,
amazing. Yeah.
And I got to tell you a story since I brought it to the three of us, because the three of us, we already knew everybody back in those days, in high school days, they had their careers set out. They knew what they wanted to do. And I told everybody knew where Ronnie was going. There was no question about where Ronnie was going. We already knew that, you know, because even when he was in high school, he got a part in Hair. All right. When he was in high school. Yeah. So we already knew where Ronnie was going. Mel Davis said, I'm going to play for the Knicks, and I'm going to play with Willis Reed and Walt Frazier. I'm going to, and everybody said, yeah. And it so happens he turned out. I told Ronnie Dyson one day, I said, Ronnie, one of these days I'm going to be on the air playing your records. Sure enough. Sure
Yeah,
enough. So we all had dreams. All of us had dreams. But
exactly. Yeah.
but and also and Boys High. Also, I mentioned Floyd Patterson, the boxer Floyd Patterson. He came out of uh, Boys High. Uh, here's a
Well,
local
that I
piece.
did not know. Yeah.
Yeah, here's a local piece of news too. Um, Enoch Hawthorne Gregory, the Dixie Drifter. Now this is local stuff, and you know this, Debbie. He worked at WWRL Radio. He's a morning disc jockey. Went to Boys High.
Ah,
Yeah. So a
a
lot of
lot
a
of
lot of
famous people.
a lot of
Yeah.
great people. And oh, Red Auerbach. No, he didn't go to Boys High. He went to City College. I went to City College. Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, no, take that out. But there are a lot of people. You know what? I'm gonna look at the list because I'm pretty sure there are more. And next week we'll see if I can pull some more names, famous names out of Boys High. We'll see about that. Okay, Brian, thanks for the sports. Brian, with the latest developments of today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, you already mentioned that the World Cup games are just about over. We got the final games coming up on Sunday. So everybody's going to be glued to their TV. And now maybe we can go back to brass taxes watching baseball again because basketball is all over. And everybody's looking forward to, I don't know. You know what I think? I think everybody is going to go past baseball and look forward to football. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Especially, especially when my team is not doing well.
Yeah. Well, maybe, you know the old saying, maybe next year.
Yeah.
I want to switch gears. I don't know if you knew this, Brian. I don't know if you knew this or heard about it. Charlie Kirk is supposed to be, they're supposed to unveil a statue of Charlie Kirk in Times Square on September 10th. Did
Why?
you hear about that?
Why?
I
Listen,
don't believe it. This is what I saw. I don't believe it. But then again, anything is possible. But I saw it on social media. Now, social media, I have a tendency not to believe anything that comes out of social media anymore. But yes, they had a couple of postings saying that on September 10th, they're going to unveil a Charlie Kirk statue in Times Square. Now, I'll tell you why I believe that's baloney. First of all, New York is a blue state.
yeah,
And you put Charlie Kirk's bust or his statue in the middle of Times Square, I don't think it's going to last that long.
I don't think so either. Listen, look, my take on this. It was terrible how he was assassinated. It was
Yeah,
terrible. I'll be the first one to admit to that. He shouldn't have, that should have never happened to anybody, regardless of what political party that you root
yeah,
for, or just did not deserve to die like that.
yeah,
But he was not a very kind individual when it came to people of color. I'm gonna call it like I see it. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
he was not that kind and everything. He used Bible scriptures in a way that would only support him on what he was trying to make as a case or an argument or a debate.
mhm,
So I was never a fan of his before he was wrongly killed. Okay,
mhm.
I'm saying that. But to have just like what you say is a blue state, to have him up there, what did he ever accomplish for him to be up there? This is all of that orange head dude that presides at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That's all that is. And
Yeah,
I'll leave it like that.
yeah. I don't believe. I mean, people put out things on social media. Some, it's like one of those things. Believe it or not, you know. And I already told you why I don't believe it's going to happen because the quicker they put it up there, the quicker they're going to tear it down. You know how New Yorkers are,
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Woo.
So I don't have to tell you about that. You know, if the people in Nevada could go to Las Vegas and walk on the Hollywood Walk, no, if I'm not in Nevada, in California, walk over to the Hollywood Walk of Fame and vandalize the Donald Trump star. 2 times they did it.
I never even knew that. I didn't even know that
They
he was.
vandalized his star 2 times. I don't even know if it's still up there or not.
Wow.
2 times they vandalized that star. You know, of course, they didn't catch anyone. I don't think they
Right.
ever caught anyone on that. But yeah, this thing in New York City, I don't think it's going to happen. But I just wonder if you saw it out there.
I saw it on social media this morning.
Uh,
So
well, I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen because it's going to cause a lot of problems. We're talking about New York. Now, the
yeah,
people in New York, they don't play here. They don't play. You can joke, but they don't play.
no, they don't.
That's all I have to say about it. Sam Neill, the actor best known for playing the Dr. Allan Grant in the Jurassic Park franchises, died. Neil's family announced Neil's sudden and unexpected death on the actor's Instagram account on Monday. In April, Neil had announced that he was cancer-free after undergoing a clinical trial in Australia. And while the death was sudden, Neil's family wrote that they were blessed that the fact that Sam remained cancer-free and expressed their deepest gratitude to hospital staff for their incredible care. And Sam Neill was 78 years old. Wai Ching Ho, the actress known for her work in Marvel projects, including Daredevil, she died. Ho's cause of death was not immediately revealed. She came from Hong Kong and she got her first U.S. acting credit in 1983. And she played a role in the soap opera One Life to Live. She was best known for the role Madame Gao in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, first in Daredevil in 2015, followed by Iron Fist and The Defenders, both which happened released in 2017. She was 82. Hey, Paul, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. No, actually, you take a song, a solo song, and make it a duet. Now, Ringo Starr is detailing his first ever duet with his fellow bandmate and former Beatle bandmate, Paul McCartney. Since the pair launched their respective solo careers over 50 years ago, McCartney and Starr have collaborated numerous times in the past on each other's release. But until Home to Us, the only duet on McCartney's new album, they'd never shared vocal credits on a song. Starr spoke enthusiastically of the musician or the musical for the reunion with Paul McCartney, who turned 84 last month. Jay-Z was joined by a slew of special guests for his final 30th anniversary concert in New York City at Yankee Stadium on Sunday. The rapper brought out Rihanna to perform their 2010 duet, Run This Town, marking the singer's first on-stage performance in 2 years. Rihanna emerged on stage alongside Jay-Z singing the iconic track to roaring fans in Yankee Stadium. Rihanna appeared in high spirits as she performed the hit and later gave a solo performance. 3 summer music festivals on historical country estates have been canceled at the 11th hour, with the organizer blamed high costs for high costs and ticket sales, low ticket sales, and the Heritage Live Festival promised starlet lineups including Christina Aguilera, Eric Carmen, and Lionel Richie at the Royal State Sanding Hill. That's the Sandring that's in Norfolk, and that's happening in August. The Scissor Sisters were on the bill as well at the Audley End Estate in Essex, also in August. And Richard Ashcroft was among the headliners at the Eaglefield Estate in Berkshire in July. The organizers, GCE Live, said that the financial rescue package had fallen through making it impossible to continue. Okay, we have birthdays this week. Birthdays this week, we have actress Denise Miller, who played Archie Bunker's place. She turned 63 years old today. Let's see, politician Angela Merkel turned 72. Singer, the late Nicolette Larson is 74, or would have been 74. She's no longer with us. Actor David Hasselhoff is 74 today. Actress Lucy Arnaz is 75. The late Phoebe Snow, the singer Phoebe Snow, would have been 76. Camilla Parker Bowles, that's the wife of King Charles III. She's 79 years old today. The late Spencer Davis of the Spencer Davis Group would have been 87. Actor, the late Donald Sutherland, would have been 91. Actress, singer Diane Carroll would have been 91. And musician Vince Guaraldi would have been 98. Comedian Phyllis Diller would have been 109. TV and radio host Art Linkletter would have been 113. And the actor, you dirty rat, James Cagney would have been 127. However, he never said you dirty rat. He never said that. Anyway,
I know he never said.
he never said that. Neither did Humphrey Bogart said, play it again, Sam. He never said that. He never said that.
Exactly.
Anyway, and Bing Crosby never said, blah, 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 blah. Not until the public laid it on him. The public gave that to him. And then he started doing it. Anything else? Anyway, happy birthday to all of you guys, the ones who are living. Happy birthday, many, many more. And the ones who are no longer around that I've just mentioned, we will mention your birthday each year that your birthday come around because you left us a great legacy. All of you, happy birthday. And if you happen to be celebrating a birthday anytime soon, let us know so we can put it out there and let everyone know. You can contact us by emailing us or giving us a telephone call. I'll give you the email address first. Email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. You can use that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and keep it in all of your electronic devices, your computer, your telephone, and even your tablet. And you can use it at any time you want. The address again is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Senator Lindsey Graham, who was elected to the Senate in 2002, has died. Graham died last Saturday night from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. He was 71. Hal Williams, the actor known for his turns as the friendly neighborhood cop called Smitty on Sanford and Son, and as Marlo Gibbs' patient husband on another popular NBC sitcom 227. He died. Williams died from natural causes Wednesday morning at his home in Rancho Mirage, California. He had some recent health issues. He was 91 years old. Have those movies for you, and I have two, so I want to get those out of the way right now from Turner Classic Movies. And they're both black and white movies, and I think you're going to like these movies. I love this one. That's called The Wrong Man from 1957, starring Henry Fonda, Vera Miles, and Anthony Quayle. That's Turner Classic Movies. You can see that Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And this happened to be a true story. I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but it was about a man who got arrested for something he didn't do. He was out from Queens, New York, and they did that movie from his actual home, his actual house. And that house still stands today, but you'll have to watch the movie, The Wrong Man. A Patch of Blue from 1965 with Sidney Poitier, Shelley Winters, and Elizabeth Hartman. Turner Classic Movies at Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You could check that out as well. Those are the movies I have for Turner Classic Movies. Now, you can check out other Turner Classic Movies. If you go on the Turner Classic Movie website, you can see other movies on the schedule. And because I didn't mention, doesn't mean I didn't want or like them. But these are my picks of the week. But you can add whatever you see, whatever you think you like to your list. And don't forget, if you still have your cable, you can watch all of these movies. If you don't get a chance to watch them in real time, you can also record them and watch them later. And of course, you have a lot of shows, sporting events, a lot of documentaries, which I like, children's programs, and all kinds of good things right there on your cable, for those of you who still have cable. So let me give you these movies again. The Wrong Man, Henry Fonda, Vera Miles, and Anthony Quayle. Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. A Patch of Blue with Sidney Poitier. You had Shelley Winters and Elizabeth Hartman. Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. You talked earlier about a clown show last night.
Yeah. Yes.
It was a clown show. It was very embarrassing. As if you're an American citizen and you watched that clown show last night, you had to be embarrassed to say, hey, this is my country. And I'm so embarrassed right now. I love the country, but I'm so embarrassed.
It was for me, it was, I'm trying to find the right word to say. It was embarrassing. Yes, that is true. We knew that he had something up his sleeves. But what Donald Trump accomplished, even though MSNBC had made comments that this is not going to hold, this is not going to stick. But what I got from it is the fix is in. He's planted whatever he said in American people's minds, in their heads, the people that supported him. We know it's all BS. We all know that this is not going to stick. But he accomplished this. He's desperate. Man is desperate where he's trying to overturn the election. He's still bitter because he lost the 2020 election to Joe Biden. Let's call it like what we see it. He's bitter. He's angry. So he's trying to find ways to try to shake up the midterms. And he's doing it. But if America is smart, which I hope that they are, not saying America's not smart, but there are some people out there that are his supporters will look the other way.
Yeah. I don't like to predict things, and when I predict things, I like them to be positive things. But I predict last night that everybody say, "Oh, something, you got to watch this. This is going to be. Oh, you got to be there. You got to see this one." And I said, it's not going to be any different from any other speech that he made over the past few years. And I looked at it and I predicted it was going to be a long speech, which that wasn't the case. And I predicted that he wasn't going to talk anything else but about that 2020 election, which he today still believes that he won by a landslide. And
you also predicted that this was going to be a lie. And then 10 seconds later, the guy on the news said the same thing, that we're going to tune in to watch the live show. It's going to be all lies.
That's right. I was watching on what's
MS?
Yeah, MS Now.
MS Now.
Yeah, MS Now. And the announcer on there was saying, something, if you want to see something, this whole thing is going to be If you want to watch this, how did he say? I can't remember how he said, but he says when we
He just
watch,
repeated every. He
yeah.
repeated.
And I said,
Said.
before he said it, I said,
Yep.
he said it's going to be nothing but, and I said a lie, and then he said a lie, and I said I didn't know he was going to say that. But see, everyone is on one accord about this whole thing. That speech was so terrible that MSNBC didn't even broadcast the whole thing.
Listen to these names. But listen to these here names before we go off the air.
Yeah, go ahead.
Melissa Hellman, Luis Gustavio Nuez, Geraldo Campos, Victor Manuel Diaz, Paradia La, Renee Nicole Good, Luis Beltran Cruz, Heber Sanchez Dominguez, and Alex Freddy were executed by ICE agents. ICE agents. This has gone too far now.
I also want to add a couple more names to that list too. Just happened recently, 6 days apart from each other. Lorenzo Salgado Araujo and Joan Sebastian Duran Geraldo.
Yes.
Now, Lorenzo, yeah.
Go ahead.
Lorenzo was from Texas, Houston, Texas, and Joan Sebastian was from Bedford, Maine. I think that's how you pronounce it, Bedford, Maine. He was 26 years old. Lorenzo was 35, and the other one that the second assassination was, he was 26 years old, had a wife and a child. I'm sorry, I jumped in on you. You were going to say,
yeah. Senator Susan Collins should be ashamed of herself. This happened in her home state. She was the one that's in charge of the funding. She funded $20 million for ICE agents to do their body cam. Where are the investigations? They all turn a blind eye. They never got no police officer, ICE agent were accused of anything. And what the president of the United States do, he doubles down and says, continue doing what you're doing. But Senator Collins, you have a lot of nerves. Shame on you. Not because you're a woman, it's because you're a senator and you want to fund more money to these here agents, to this agency, so more innocent people can get killed, more immigrants. Remember, Susan Collins, I don't know what nationality that you're from, but remember this. Your ancestors came to Ellis Island back in the late 1890s or the early 1900s. They were mistreated too as well, too. Oh, have you forgotten about that, Ms. Collins? Give me a break.
That brings me over to Megyn Kelly, the talk show host. She has her own talk show, a podcast. Brings that thought to mind when she got on the air and talked about the Haitians and said, "Get out of here. We don't want you here. Go home. We don't want you here." And she doesn't remember. She's probably not old enough to remember, but history brings it to you. You don't have to remember that you didn't have to be there to see Ellis Island, but history brings it to you, and you got to remember. And if anybody's watching who knows Megyn Kelly, tell her that I said she ought to be ashamed of herself, and tell her to remember that her ancestors came to Ellis Island because she's Irish. The Irish and the Italians came over, and other minority groups like that came over. And they were welcome.
Like one another.
Right, but they were all welcome with open arms. We welcomed them.
They were. Yes. Yes. And you know what I want also to say? Nolan Wells.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call this a race thing. A young football player was killed in the state of Mississippi. I'll call it like I see it. Mississippi has a very bad reputation about being racist.
Yeah.
You have more lynchings in Mississippi than any other state, probably. But you're
Yeah.
right there in that deep South.
Yeah.
Do the right thing. These three young white boys had Nolan Wells' phone and didn't tell nobody.
Mm.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Trust me.
And your ass will burn. Brian, Warren wanted to give us a little information here that we didn't know about. Peter Van Norden, who played on Police Academy, passed away this week.
Who was that?
His name is Peter Van Norden. I think he was a classmate of Warren, too. He played on Police Academy.
Okay.
Academy, passed away this week. So thanks, Warren, for that. Well, Brian, that's going to wrap it up for us. You're going to come back here next week, and we're going to do it all over again. And you'll be home pretty soon, and drive safely, both of you. And we'll see you back here.
All right, then.
Okay, take care of yourself. And for the rest of you guys, join us back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp is my co-host. He'll be with us with the latest developments in today's world of sports as well. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you then. And also, you can check us out next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour, Brian Camp Sports. And we look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stanky. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.